Yeah, notification.
It never ends. Are you like,
Yellow. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my live stream tonight. This is James Murphy. Okay. This is James Murphy, aka the TVC Powerbox. Welcome. Okay. Sorry for being late tonight. I had a bit of glitches with my laptop, but everything seems fine now. So, I've got something I want to share with you all tonight.
it's actually something that Michael Elu shared.
Yeah, something Michael Elu shared. And
Hello, everybody. Sorry.
so instead of me just sitting here talking and raving on and ranting, let me actually just go straight and jump to it and get to it. And I'm gonna need to do screen sharing for this, so let's do that. Okay, there was a picture included, but the picture will not open. Let's see if it might open now, so I can immediately show you. There you go. There's what my topic tonight is about: the history of money, which is quite an important thing because money is something we live with. But this is a very insightful piece of information here. Okay, so I'm just going to jump ahead and start reading. If anyone comes on, if I don't see you right away, I will read.
Yeah, we'll pause. I'll tap him and pause and just hello.
Okay. The history of money. We've been taught to believe that money is primarily a medium of exchange or means of exchange. What with this, it means that it should be needed. Now you have to fasten your belts as we take you into a great flight into understanding the concept of money and the truth behind its operation. Okay. I might go a bit over with this one tonight, but we'll see. The most important aspect of wealth creation is to discover where the world will move tomorrow and be among the first, if not the first, to get and operate there. If you are not ready to discover, get there, and operate in that realm, please do not continue with this article. The concept of bartered goods. Now, this is something that I like because I love the history behind the bartering system and ooh, the history behind the bartering system and everything. Now, I'm going to go back up to where I was. Okay, I just wanted to fix that. Okay. The concept behind bartered goods. Not everyone had everything. Humanity is designed such that someone always had something in surplus, and someone always needed something that the other person had. Okay, let me just pause there for 2 seconds. If you sit and think back at your childhood, how many of you wanted the toy cars or dolls or whatever that your friends had while you were at school?
Oh, that's a very good example.
Especially among the kids, because kids always want something. Children always want something new. Even myself as a kid, I always wanted things that my friends had. So that's why I'm using that as an example. So let's put it this way for the girls. There was a new Barbie doll out and their best friend had it and they needed it too. Okay, so now let's put us all into that frame of mind. Okay. Then logically, people started exchanging their surplus goods for what they needed. Imagine I had extra tomatoes and you had extra meat. We could simply exchange with one another, but what if I wanted fish instead of meat? You would have to go one, you would have to get one who had fish, ready to exchange with meat, and then come back to me with the fish, in order to have my tomatoes, which you need badly. Then and only then will we be happy. Will we all be happy?
Before you carry on there, James, Also when I was a kid at school and our friends had, at that time it was special papers, writing pads. Um, then we would swap two sheets of our writing pad because it was one filled with butterflies, pictures, or whatever, and then our friends would have of dolphins, special writing pads at band. And then we would swap it like that. Now that was our form of bartering as children, and we didn't even know what we were doing.
Hmm.
And then it changed to stickers and stamps and all that kinds of different things. So as children, we got used to the bartering already, and we didn't even know it.
Yes, like myself, when I was at school, I had a big fascination with marbles, um, a big fascination with toy model cars, and other little tokens and Tazos and stuff we had here in South Africa. Now, mostly with marbles and model toy cars, I would go to school. I used to collect Hot Wheels, and I would always get my dad and my mom would buy for us. And at that time, whatever was there, we would get. So I would sit with a lot of doubles. I would have a couple of them. I'd like, let's say at one stage I had over 20 that was exactly the same. So then the extras I would take with me to school, and then I'd go with my friends, and I would exchange with them with what I wanted, the model car I wanted, and it was the same with the marbles. We used to exchange our marbles, and so as children, boys and girls. Now you guys heard a typical example from my mother, who's a woman, and you got an example from a guy, me, and that's how. So kids also did a bartering system at school. Okay, yeah, in South Africa, I don't know if it worked like it everywhere else.
Yeah, well, we call it swapping.
Yeah, we call it swapping, but it's the same as a bartering system because it's a swapping system. If you sit and think about it, like for instance, if Uncle Joe Stevens or Jules Ann or Stephen Cuffey has, let's say for instance, an iPhone whatever, and I've got Samsung whatever, and I wanted the iPhone, he wanted the Samsung. That's how we would swap it at school. Okay, that's just going into a much more expensive form of exchange, of exchanging goods. Okay. All in all, someone must have too much of what someone doesn't have at all. The idea of scarcity. That's where scarcity comes from. Yeah.
Good evening, Sky. And she says, interesting subject.
Now, Sky, we got it from Dan Ewa.
No, Michael,
Oh, Michael Illen.
he posted it on Facebook, and we were really gobsmacked, so we copied and pasted it and sharing it tonight.
Okay. In solving this headache, people started thinking and asking a profound question. Can there be something that everyone wants, then a commodity, later to be called money? There were a few things that almost everyone used and needed, like salt, seeds, sheep, cowries, and cattle. They became the commodity money. If we had any of these, we could use them to get whatever we wanted. These were the assets that everyone used, so everyone valued them. However, carrying and storing stacks full of seeds or cattle or salt to a different city was difficult. This was the challenge with commodity money. At this point, too, those who were chased after were those with abundance of what someone had none. The idea of scarcity at play again. Then, with the problems of the commodity, the question is there something that is easier to carry, store, and which is still valuable? Came up. There, there needed to be a solution. Metals were the perfect fit. Metals were easier to carry, store, and were also scarce, thus making them valuable. And still to this day, um, precious metals are scarce, they're valuable.
Yes.
Gold, silver, bronze, copper, iron ore, aluminium, those are metals. Not all precious metals. Precious metals is gold, silver, bronze, and platinum. Platinum isn't a metal, but it's a form of metal. Um, so now there already, yeah, we're sitting. Okay, it's not scarce because there's no such thing as scarcity, but it's not an easy thing to come by. Like you can't go to Pick and Pay or Checkers or Walmart or whatever to go get yourself an ounce of gold. Okay, it's not something you find in every corner. Okay. Countries and kingdoms started mining their coins of various weights that bore their seal. We see that on our currencies now. The seal assured the weight and authenticity of the coin. Each coin's worth was measured by component, material, and weight, upon which the coin's value thrived. Coins were primarily made of gold and silver because they were rare to mine and didn't corrode, thus ensuring a stable weight and hence value. Because they were easy to carry, people didn't even at look at people didn't even took people even took it a little too far. We started using them in a form of jewelry, so that they would always stay in their possession in showcase to showcase their wealth. Now, money, like they say here, coins were primarily made of gold and silver because they were rare to mine and didn't corrode, thus ensuring a stable weight and hence value. Not only that, but longevity as well. A long-lasting coin because I am a bit of a coin collector. I'm sitting with coins from 1940, 1950. So I'm sitting with coins at 40, that's 60, 50 plus, which at the end of the day helps. Okay. But there was yet still another problem, theft. Temples came to the rescue. Hmm. Okay, I just want to check the comments. Um,
No comments yet.
Good morning.
But let's continue.
Hello, Mr. Scott. Welcome. Welcome. Okay. Temples came to the rescue. Beep, beep, blah, 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 blah. I'm getting a bit tongue tired. Tongue tired, not tuck. Ish. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now maybe I can talk properly. Okay. Oh, I did that on live A. Sorry.
Eh?
I did that on live A.
No, that's all right. You get the people that do sing and they go blah blah blah, yeah, blah, 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 and
Okay.
they get ready to.
People then started storing their gold and silver in temples because no one had the courage to steal something from God. Thus, the coins were considered to be safe. As soon as gold or silver is deposited with the temple, the priest would issue to you a paper receipt that mentioned the amount of gold collected. It was a promise by the priest to not deny gold to the bearer of the receipt. Before we could say Jack, banking had arrived. Thanks to who?
Mm.
How many of you know who started up the banks and the banking system?
The
Rothschilds.
of
And
which is nothing wrong with it.
and the Rockefellers.
And the Rockefeller, but there's nothing wrong with it. But
That's where the banking system started, with the Rothschilds. Okay. The paper receipts presented the value of the gold that was deposited with the priest. So therefore, transferring the paper receipt would mean moving the gold itself. The representation of money entered our society. We started using promissory notes instead of gold because they directly represented the gold and were easier to carry and store. In time, governments and banks replaced temples throughout the 19th and 20th century. Almost all the currencies in existence were based on the promise of gold and silver in their return. The paper held its value because it represented a scarce resource. The precious metals held by those governments and banks.
okay, take a bit of a pause. Have a sip of your coffee.
Hey, I don't know why I get that.
It's from the eyes to the screen. It does do that. I know it does it with me as well sometimes. And then because of you being on live on air, I'll give you a sip of my coffee. Because of you being live on air, it makes you like a bit maybe nervous. I'll have a sip of my coffee. So yeah.
Okay. Now, while we are still only a few minutes in the video, before I carry on, a lot of you know that my mom and I are trusted sellers in TBC. And I've got some good news. I've got some very good news.
Mm-hmm.
My mother and I, if you want to purchase TBC from us, we can now accept Bitcoin as payment.
Yeah, someone got my blockchain.
My mom's got a blockchain wallet. She's got two. I've got two blockchain wallets. So we can now start accepting Bitcoin as payment for TBC. For any of you who want to purchase TBC, I mentioned in a video about 2 or 3 months ago. I will let you guys know as soon as we can start accepting Bitcoin. So we're making enough cash to start accepting Bitcoin as well. So that's a great thing. Okay. This now the rise of fiat currencies. There, that word, fiat currencies. This is because money's value no longer depends on the value of gold. It depends on the stability of the government in whose jurisdiction it is being issued and used. The reputation of the government gives money in value today. The paper we exchange for goods and services is actually the money itself. You'll not see gold back if you go and hand a paper bill to your bank. Hmm, interesting. Now, me. Now, Sky, Mr. Bitcoin Scott, you guys will understand I'm saying, yeah, even my wife couldn't, she'll understand. You hold, okay, I'm going to use South African currency. Yeah, we use rands, South African rand. One, 12 rand and 66 or 76 cents is now $1. So 100 rand or 1,400 rand is around about $100. So let's take 1,400 rand to the bank and request the bank to give us our gold. Will you get it? No. Why? Because the bank doesn't have gold. They've got paper, a worthless piece of paper which we have been using for the past 20, 30 years to purchase goods. Okay, so let's carry on. Because central authorities like banks and governments control the value of the particular paper to make the system more efficient, they replace those valuable papers with valuable digits stored on a computer. Even more interesting. Now, there. They replace those valuable papers with valuable digits stored on a computer. What does that remind you of? Replacing paper with digits on a computer. Now, when you log into your TBC wallet, you see digits on a computer. Makes sense. It's a cryptocurrency. Might not be an internet currency, but you can call it computer money or cell phone money or ATM money or something. Yeah, okay. You go to an ATM, you put in your plastic, your piece of plastic into the ATM, and you type in a few things there, your PIN code, your amount of money you want to throw in the ATM, then the ATM's mouth opens and it gives you money. Yeah, that's how it works. But put it this way: if you earn $10,000 a month, now if that was me right now with what I know, I would prefer them to give me the cash and not put it in the bank. Better yet, I'll take $10,000 worth of gold.
Yeah.
I'll take $10,000 worth of gold or $10,000 worth of silver because it's a commodity worth more than a piece of paper. That is why you can't go to the bank and give the bank $100 or 1,000 rand and say to them, okay, here's money, give me my gold. They won't give it to you because they themselves don't own gold. Okay. Now, let me read that piece again. Because central authorities like banks and governments control the value of that particular paper to make the system more efficient, they replace those valuable papers with valuable digits stored on a computer. So now it's funny. The scarce commodity is government reputation, government stability, and the influence level of a particular government's jurisdiction. This really explains the war over territories and authority over the world among some countries we call superpowers. Currency goes electronic. Now, first, banks replaced gold with representative papers, and then they put value on those papers only without backing them with real gold. The same cycle repeated once again, and banks declared people can still steal your money, your paper money. Your paper money is still perishable. Why don't you deposit your paper money with us? In exchange, we'll make an entry in our computer that will tell how much we owe you. Anytime you'd come asking for your paper money, we'll return it. Okay. But what about the paper money that was? What about the money that was taken from you when you were born? They don't mention that, do they? Okay. But that's a subject for completely the other day on a completely different channel. To us, the masses, the pros, the proposition seemed reasonable. Those digits in the computers were backed by our deposited paper money. Banks may make new money whenever they make loans. Consider you taking a loan of PGK 1000 from a bank. The bank will not give you someone else's PGK 1000. Instead, they will simply credit your account with PGK 1000 in the form of an IOU, abbreviated from IOU, from the bank to you. You can spend the IOU with PGK 1000 the same as you'd spend the actual PGK 1000, therefore creating a sustainable for money, a substitute for money. This is also exactly the same thing that happened when we submitted gold with papers. That is why if every one of us goes back to our banks and demands cash time for whatever our accounts are worth, there won't be enough cash. Just because someone stores our money and sells it back to us. Money that used to depend on value of a rare metal has now become just a number in someone else's computer. At the dawn of the 21st century, the smart among us started asking another profound question. If money can be only some digit in a computer, can there be a way to still back it by a scarce resource? And does it have to be stored on a computer of a centralized authority? The rise of cryptocurrencies. We couldn't make more time. So instead, we made more out of the time we do have. The world is connected through the internet now. It is at everyone's fingertips. Computers. Uh, hello, I met Locke. Kia ora, Uncle Joe. Welcome. That is how fractional lending started. And can use your goal asset to lend 10 times the value. Yes, Bitcoin Scott. True. That is how it works. And that's how they've done it for so long. Patches, shush. Daddy's talking. Okay. So, guys, welcome. My mom's just on the phone. My mom will be here now. Okay. The world is connected to the internet now. It is at everyone's fingertips. Computers make us more efficient at what we do than we ever were. What used to take us days takes us minutes now. It's the same with driving. Computing power is such an integral part of our lives that it has become as scarce and valuable as gold was to our ancestors. And when smart people ask the profound question, can we make a currency that is backed by computing power? The answer was cryptocurrencies and blockchains. Money is a story that everyone believes in. We believe it because everyone else believes in it. The story gives money its value, and that story has become more and more abstracted and as the complexity of our technology has increased. This means you and I, if we believe we can create money, devoid of storage, manipulation, and scarcity, we will discover that in the next week's episode. Okay, so guys, this I would say is one hell of a. Hello, Hannah Duplessis. Welcome. Welcome, Stephen Coffey. Okay, this is to me a very, very interesting subject tonight. As you see, I myself, I've never really been dependent on money. Yes, I am in a way dependent on money, but I'm not dependent on money. I need money for food and clothes and things, but money doesn't bother me. It never has. In Afrikaans we say ek was nooit geldvas. Ek is nie geldgierig nie. Now geldgierig, I actually don't understand what it means, Hannah. And Corinna, if you know what geldgierig is in English, can you please maybe translate for me? Now it's like in a way stating you're greedy on money and what is yours. You won't give a cent to anyone. It's basically meaning that thing. See, at the end of the day, we are one society, one world with 7.6 billion people. One society, one world using hundreds of different currencies. Imagine if the world can use only one currency, cryptocurrency, TBC. If 1 billion people can go use TBC, that will be bloody awesome. Okay, guys, my video is over for now. So, my mom's busy. She got an important phone call, and I also have to attend, which is one of the reasons why I'm cutting it off. But it also my time is over now. Guys, let's just quickly check here before I actually end. Let's quickly see who is all. Okay, hello. Hi, Buddha. Um, you don't want to give to share. Yes. Now, geldgierig means you don't want to give to share. Hallo Stefan. Jy's bietjie laat hoor, ek gaan afsluit. Want daar's dinge wat ons moet doen. My mom's going live now. Okay. Hallo Stefan. Geldgierig, greedy. Yes. Yes. One thing before I leave, guys, stop being greedy. Uh, okay, stop being greedy. Give. That's all we need to do. Abundance. Rumse gat. Ha ha. Ja. Okay. My mom's here now, so maybe before I cut off, my mom can just give her input on what was tonight's topic.
Sorry, guys, just had to have a quick phone call. We just had a sale, so even doing broadcasts, there's still work going on, but that's the way I like doing it. Input on the way money and that.
Yes.
Yeah, it is absolutely awesome. Oh, hello, Stefan. Welcome. Nice to see you.
Hey, guys, there's someone I want to greet tonight.
And Uncle Doctor Joe. Hello, welcome.
Everyone.
Hello, welcome, Olu, welcome.
Okay. I just want to greet someone very close to our family, and another family member who's quite far from us right now. Woody, hello. We miss you all, and we can't wait to see you again.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, guys. So my video is now over for the night. My mom will be live in a couple of minutes. Now, before I cut off, remember, guys, 5, 20, 100. 5 minutes, 2 people to pay for their wallets, $100 sale. Make it even $50 as a partner.
Yeah.
Remember, GAP, God always provides. God always provides for us, no matter what way. God has shown it to me more than once over the last couple of months. And I'm sure He shows it to a lot of you.
Yes, and if you've noticed, we've got 2 slots a day. The one that we do in the morning, we redoing the blog.
Reviewing the blog.
Reviewing the blog. For ourselves, yes. And we're also doing it for the newcomers to TBC and to the orphans as well, as it's very important because this information needs to be out there. Sometimes when you read something, you don't quite get it all or catch it or you're too busy. But then I see you smiling, and when you smile, I smile. But I mean, and then when someone is saying it to you or speaking to you, like in face to face, stop smiling. It just clicks. The connections and they get it. But we're doing it for our orphans and our newbies, and for even us that might have forgotten some stuff along the way because there's now 81 blogs. So our admin is extremely busy, and we must be very thankful for our admin, and not forgetting to also tell our admin thank you very much for everything that our admin is doing for us and for humanity and to end global poverty.
Yes.
Why
Okay.
are you smiling?
GAP. Okay, guys. Also, let's take up a different challenge. Let's spread GAP.
Yes, that's a good challenge.
Let's spread it. In every broadcast, mention GAP.
I know Uncle Joe Stevens does. I know Stefan does. I know Bitcoin Scott does. This is very important because that's another thing that has also been lost along the way.
People have forgotten that God always provides. Okay. So remember, God always provides every day. Yesterday, today, and like always tomorrow.
Yes, and all the people that are doing live broadcast shows, please show appreciation by clicking the like button. Participate in as many as you can because it just gives that extra encouragement. It's just another way of having a voice, if you want to put it that way.
Okay, so now let's greet everyone. Hello. Um, uh,
Dr. Dr.
Uncle Joe
Stevens,
Stevens,
Stefan, liebe Stefan,
Anna Duplessis, Corinna
Corina,
Murphy, Stefan Liebenberg,
Stephen Cafe,
Stephen Cuffey, A. Medlock,
Medlock,
and everyone else who was
Sky,
Sky.
Bitcoin Scott.
Hello, Sky. Bitcoin Scott. Everybody, we love you all. Stefan, ons is lief vir jou. Woody, we love you. We miss you all. We can't wait to meet you all one day. We can't wait to spend some time with you all. Till our next broadcast in a couple of minutes. GAP, guys. GAP.